Hey everybody, what's going on? Chris Stewart from Buns N' Roses Baking Company here with this week's Interruption, where we interrupt the way we normally think so we can erupt into the lives we want and we truly desire. Well, I'm super excited about this week's episode. I really hope you get something out of this one. Today we're going to talk about overcoming natural disasters. Natural disasters. That's right, those things in our lives that we didn't see coming, or those things in our life that we feel that have devastated us, and how we're going to get through that. So I want to take you back to February 7th, 2010. I lived in Las Vegas at the time, and on this particular morning, it was a Sunday morning, and I was laying in bed, and my phone kept buzzing incessantly. And at the time, I owed money to some people that I really didn't want to owe money to, and I didn't want to answer that phone. I didn't want to look at that phone because I didn't want to be reminded. And finally, around noontime, I picked up the phone because I was so tired of this noise, and I couldn't sleep anymore. And I looked at the phone, and what it was a bunch of my friends and family that had texted me, "Congratulations, the New Orleans Saints are, playing in the Super Bowl today. Hope you guys win." And I remember thinking to myself, laying there in bed, why are the Saints even in the Super Bowl? I had totally forgotten about that because I was in drugs and alcohol had rendered me completely useless. I was pretty much bedridden at this point. The only time I got out of bed was to go get more drugs and alcohol, and then I'd go back and just lay in bed. And at this point, I said, you know what? Okay, that's it. Like, Saints are in the Super Bowl. I got to do something about this. I had nothing in the house to drink, nothing. So I got up and I put on a leather jacket, a pair of running shorts, and slipped in some Vans. And as I was going down the road, I was literally so sick from alcohol that I was just throwing up on the way. I had to actually hold my car door halfway open. I took side streets to get to the gas station or whatever, throwing up along the way. And when I finally got there, I went in, I bought 3 cans of malt liquor and a bottle of wine. And I remember just going outside of the gas station and literally taking the beer and cracking it and just pouring it all over me, just trying to get as much in my mouth as possible. And this is a Sunday afternoon, like I said, like 12:30, at like a AM PM type gas station. There was families around and everything, and it just comes that point where you just give up. I had given up, and you feel like your situation is so overwhelming that it doesn't matter. You've almost separated yourself from humanity, if that makes sense to you. So I got back home finally, and I'm laying there drinking, and I'm watching the game, and there came a point about the third quarter where I said, you know what, God, if you let the Saints win the Super Bowl, I'll try and get sober again. I can't live like this anymore. And we pray all these crazy prayers, when we're in situations in life that, we look back now and we're like, man, I can't believe I said that, right? But, what happened is that the Saints ended up winning the Super Bowl. And then I thought to myself, man, how am I going to actually get clean and sober? Like, I have no idea how to do this. And I remember what happened next was very key for me. After the game, they showed the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. And for those of you watching that don't know, Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans and devastated pretty much the entire town. And it just showed these pictures of people that had lost everything in life through no fault of their own. Hurricane, like nobody, it wasn't that somebody in town had ripped somebody else off or done something bad to somebody else, so God sent this hurricane over to destroy the whole town. No, it's just a natural disaster. And it showed thousands and thousands of people walking with just the only possessions they could carry on their heads, their children on their heads, walking through this, up to their waist in bile-filled water and sewage, and, dead people were floating by. Just a horrific scene. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, as I was laying there in my bed, addicted to drugs and alcohol, and just thinking to myself, like, I did this to myself. These people did nothing, and look at them. And then it switched from that to show the city of New Orleans after the Super Bowl. And, at this point, they had rebuilt some of the city, and all these people were so happy for the win. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, wow, okay, you know what? If these people can walk with all their possessions through this murky water, if they can lose everything they own through no fault of their own and still come back and be happy, then you know what? I'm going to be able to do this as well. And that's what started my journey into recovery this time. And that's just one of the things that, I want to talk about today. And that is, when you're going through it, like, it's going to look like there's no hope. And it doesn't matter if you're going through addiction, if you're going, if you can't quit drinking, if you maybe you've tried 1,000 times, or you've tried 1,000 times to keep this relationship together, 1,000 times to, make your kids respect you or love you again because of some mistakes that you made, or, whatever it is, trying to get a job that actually pays your bills, not just let you, survive on scraps every day. And you know what? I'm here to tell you that that's possible. And if you've been beat down 1,000 times, tell you what, let's get up. Let's make it 1,001. And on that 1,001, this might be the one where everything comes to fruition for you. Or maybe this is just the time where you beat that addiction, or you overcome that heartbreak and you get back in the game. And that's what I'm here for, because I can inspire you to do that. I want to inspire you to do that. So give me a call, 703-786-1539, and let's get back on track. Let's pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, no matter what you're going through. And I really mean that. No matter what you're going through, I get it. I can't go into all the details on this particular thing, but I've been through a lot, so I get it. Reach out. Now's the time. Let's get back up. Let's get back in the fight, right? The good fight this time. Okay, that's that for this week. Next, we're going to move on to God shots. So a part of persevering and getting back up for the millionth time is getting a mindset to where when these things that happen to us that we feel are frustrating or debilitating, we persevere through it and we get to the other side. One thing that happened for me this week is, the boss called me and said, hey, can you come in and help me out at work? And I said, yeah, absolutely. I'll be right there. And, I went down there and there was a party. I work in a restaurant. There was a private party of 25, 30 people that was supposed to be very, financially rewarding, let's just say. And it turned out that party was not financially rewarding at all. Like, not at all. And, and there was a point after that where I could have said, you know what, I knew this was going to happen. This is what I get for doing a favor for somebody, right? Because I used to have that mentality. Oh, I did this favor for somebody, and now look, even I still get shit on for doing a favor to people. Excuse my French. But you know what I said? I said, no, you know what? I wouldn't be here right now if this was the only purpose for me to be here. So I need to turn that around and say, you know what? Okay, God, let's do this. I'm ready. Whatever you got coming on, if this is all you want me to make tonight, I did a favor for somebody, and I need to be appreciative for that and appreciative for my job and grateful for all the things that I have in my life right now, and I don't necessarily need this money. And what happened next was incredible. Within the next hour, I had 2 more tables. I'm a waiter in a restaurant, and I ended up making almost probably like one of the second or third highest take-home pays that I made in years. For no reason, just 2 tables came in. And I ended up making, the money part of it is not necessarily important, but I'll tell you, I had about $25 in my pocket. By the time I left it, I had over 200. And I got that 200 in 1 hour. That's something I couldn't do. I think I'm witty, and I think I'm charming, and I think I'm a great waiter. But you know what? I don't have that kind of power to make 2 tables partake, enough to give me a $200 tip. So you know what? That's what's going on with that. So see, that's just another opportunity for you to stay positive, get past the hurdle, say, hey, you know what? I wasn't put on this earth just to be meager. I wasn't put on this earth just to get by. I wasn't put on this earth just to keep, scraping and being disappointed and everything. And I'm just not here as a doormat to do other people favors and not get something out of it. No. It's by being of service that you get the things in life that you want. And it also is what builds character in yourself. See, because now, once again, I don't need to worry about if I have a day that's not going so great that I need to give up on the rest of that day or give up on myself. Instead, I need to stop, list all the things I'm grateful for, and then wait for the miracle to happen. Okay, sweet. Let's end it with the Poetry Slam. Oh, I know, everybody loves the Poetry Slam. Okay. Today, this one's called Hope Claws with Your Battle Scars. Can you believe that you're better for your scars? That we lose a battle but can still win the war? What used to eat you up and succumb to insanity can be healed, lost, not forgotten. So please, listen to me. I want to unzip my skin and start my life again. All hope seems to fade as my life is engulfed in sin. I chain smoke the sadness away as dusk turns to dawn. I walk the streets at night, wondering where it all went wrong. A street soldier with a happy pill and a story to tell. Burning bridges, slitting my wrist, and partying at the rim of hell. I need a home, a hug, a laugh, a solution. I had the shakes, heartbreak, tragedy, and more losses than wins. Then I got a lift, a moment to breathe and see. My circumstances turned me into a fighter for the real me. I couldn't fight me anymore, and the world still rang my bell. But my choices were to give up on life or to try to get well. A sun-kissed day, and your smile eased the words I said. The hole in my heart didn't want me to staple my emotions to my head. You became my hero, and I knew I could laugh again when I accepted my life, chose my battle, the war I started to win. You know what? That's my call to action today. What's your battle? Choose your battle. There's some you can win, and there's some you can't win. Let's let go of the ones that we can't win and start focusing on the ones that we can win, because that's what we're all about over here. That's what the interruption is all about. And I'm here for you. Once again, 703-786-1539. Spartan Warriors. We lock up arms, we take it one step at a time and one day at a time, and we do get the victories. Small victory, small victory, small victory, small victory, one after the other, and they all add up to the one big victory. If you're ready, give me a call. Let's do this thing. All right. You guys have a great week out there. Be the interruption in everybody's life that you can. And you remember my two things I love to say. First one is, rock on. Second one is, God bless. You guys take care. I'll see you next week.